back to another episode of Comfort Foods Kitchen. And today what we're going to be making is a 3-course meal. I'm going to be making meatloaf, fried cabbage, and mashed potatoes with gravy. So let's get started. We got our cabbage with carrots, chopped onion, chopped green peppers, black pepper, salt. And we're going to cook our cabbage in bacon grease. I've already fried some bacon and I left the grease aside in this pan here to do that. We got our meatloaf and we're going to have ground beef. I got about 4 pounds of ground beef. Italian sausage. I use the hot, even though to me it doesn't taste hot, but it gives it a nice flavor. You can also use mild. Green peppers, half a cup of Italian breadcrumbs, 2 eggs, onion, seasoning salt, tomato sauce, and with our mashed potatoes with gravy. This is going to be our gravy, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. And I've already pre-cooked our potatoes. I diced them and I boiled them, and then they're ready to go. First thing we're going to do is the meatloaf. So make sure you have no rings on. I took off my rings, folks, and I'm gonna put a little hole right there in the middle of my meat. I'm going to put the diced peppers, onion. This is about a medium onion, small to medium onion. See, the good thing about this is you can put everything in at one time. Don't have to be doing all that. Oh, wait and do this and wait and do that. Now with the seasoning salt, we're going to do 2 to 3 tablespoons of seasoning salt. And then we're going to add our Italian sausage, and our 2 eggs. Now, what's holding this together, and it will be the eggs and the breadcrumbs. Okay, now we're just going to mash all of this together. Yeah, you have to get down and dirty with it. A good cook doesn't use a bunch of spoons and knives and forks and blenders when they're mixing up the meat ingredients. You're just going to use your fingers. That way you can feel your way. You can see where this is at a point where all your ingredients are incorporated and all of it's good to go. I'll be right back with you. Now what we're going to do is add about 8 ounces of that tomato sauce in here. And I'll get this all mixed up in here. Now what we're going to do, after we got everything all mixed up really good, I'm pouring this into a glass dish. You can use metal. It's all up to you. And we're going to form this into a loaf. It looks like a big football. Kind of shape it into the football. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, after we do that, we're going to put some aluminum foil over it. I'm washing my hands, folks. And then we're going to place it in the oven at 350 degrees for 45 minutes. And I'll be right back with you. Welcome back, folks. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is the fried cabbage. I've already taken off that first layer. I've cut out that core, and I left this half so that you can see how to cut out this core. This is very hard. It does not get soft, and we don't need that in the recipe. So this right here has already been chopped, and we're going to put this in the bacon grease. The bacon grease should be hot. We're going to add our carrots, onion, and green pepper. We're going to add some salt and pepper. We're going to do about a tablespoon of salt. And sprinkle over the black pepper. Now folks, while that is simmering and cooking up a little bit, I'm going to show you how to cut out. I'm going to show you how to cut out the core of this remaining cabbage. All right. Now, if you ever slice a pie, this is the way I do it. I cut down into it like this. On an angle. Follow the angle of the core. And then pull back on it. That's all you have to do. It's out. Bam. Okay? Then we're going to rough chop our remaining cabbage. The outer layer has already been removed. Doesn't have to be real thin pieces. And then we're going to add this to our pie. We're going to layer it some more with a teaspoon of salt and sprinkle some pepper. And we're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes. We're going to be stirring it periodically. We're getting all of that, all ingredients mixed together, and I'll be right back with you. So make sure you cover the pan while it's cooking. And you're going to be cooking this on medium heat. Number 5. That's what I put mine on. I have an electric oven. Okay, folks, make sure you stir this periodically. Make sure that it doesn't burn. You can get a little brown, but you don't want it to burn. And I'll be right back with you. Hey folks, welcome back. It's been 15 minutes now. And we're going to check our cabbage and see it's coming along very well. Now at this point, if you wanted to, you can always add a little bit more salt or leave it alone. It's up to your taste. And folks, again, don't forget to like me and subscribe to my channel. And that way, I'll be showing you so many more recipes, and I don't want you to miss a thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this off, set it aside, let it steam, because this is done. Next thing we're going to do is our potatoes. We're going to put our potatoes. I've already strained them. They're done. Strain them. We're going to use half a stick of butter. Now for the potatoes, I usually do 2 medium potatoes per person. Washing my hands, folks. Put the butter in. We're going to put about a tablespoon of salt. We're going to put in, I use white pepper for my potatoes. So it's about a teaspoon of white pepper. And instead of using regular milk, whole milk or skim milk, I use evaporated milk. About a half cup of evaporated milk. And then we're going to mash the potatoes. I have enough potatoes in here for 6 people. And it is actually ready to serve. But we're going to wait on our meatloaf to be done in the oven. We got about 15 minutes left for it to be done. Then we're going to make the sauce. So I'll be right back with you. As you can see, folks, this is a 4-pound meatloaf. So it's going to take a little bit longer to cook a 4-pound meatloaf. So instead of the 45 minutes, it's going to take at least 1 hour. So I put another 15 minutes on the timer. And after that, we'll be putting on the sauce. In the meantime, let me show you how to make the sauce. We have a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. And I used the other half of this tomato sauce also in here, in this bowl. This is called double superfine mustard. It may not sound nice, but it gives it a nice flavor. So we're going to use maybe about a teaspoon. I didn't want this all over my hands. Let's make it a teaspoon and a half, because that is a lot of sauce. All right, and then to take off that acidity, we're going to do a teaspoon of sugar. Ooh, don't want to drop that. We're going to mix it up, and once the meatloaf is ready, this is what's going over the meatloaf, and then it's going to go back in the oven for an extra 10 minutes. I'll be right back with you. Okay, folks, you see this is the finished product here. The meatloaf is done, but we don't need all this grease. So I'm pouring this grease off. And then I'll put this back on the oven. And you see where we've already done our sauce. And I can taste the sauce. Okay, so we're going to add this half a teaspoon of salt into the sauce. And we're going to pour the sauce over the meatloaf. And then what we're going to do is put this right back into the oven for another 10 minutes and let this meat and the sauce incorporate. Okay, folks, welcome back. The meatloaf is ready. It's been cooking for 1 hour at 375 degrees. This is our finished product. Looks really good. Okay, now the next thing we do is serve. So this is how the meatloaf should look once it's finished. We're cutting into it. You can see it's done. I'm plating it. Nice and saucy. Okay, put a little bit more sauce on top of that. Welcome back, folks. Now this is my favorite part of the whole show, the taste. Okay, so we're gonna taste a little bit of that meatloaf. Oh my gosh, that is so good. And then that fried cabbage. Yes. Yes, yes. And you see where I put some of the sauce from the meatloaf onto the mashed potatoes. It gives us that much more oomph. It's so good. Well, folks, don't forget, like me, subscribe to my channel below. And if you have any comments about the recipes that you haven't seen, I would love to hear from you. So come on back. I want to give you a lot more to eat.